Hi guys, Shiggitay here again for this vlogs channel, and today as in case you haven't noticed, I'm at work. um, but I decided to whip this phone out to make this video to give you guys my thoughts on the iPhone X, iPhone 10 because it's the 10th anniversary of the phone's release. I'm well aware that I'm not the only one to be posting this kind of video and talking about it, etc. But I just wanted to drop my thoughts about it. And yeah, since I'm at work right now and I don't have access to my computer to add in graphics and everything, in post-production I'll put some images of stuff when I mention them. But here goes, off the top of my noggin here. The iPhone 10 is an interesting device. Apple has actually finally, promised, fulfilled their promise, I guess you can say, of buttonless, bezel-less displays. Because on the iPhone 10, I'm sure as you guys known by now, watching everyone else talking about this, the big people, I can't even remember some of their names right now. I'm so sorry. Austin Evans probably did it. MKBHD probably did it. And these are all tech YouTubers. For those of you that follow this channel, all three of you that don't know anything about the tech YouTubers, but they've all covered it. And bezel-less means that it's all glass, and that's pretty cool, that it's just all screen and everything, except for one thing. With the iPhone 10, there's this weird like arch at the top. This is where I'll have to put in an image, an image, maybe a short video on top of this video to show you what I mean. But there's a spot at the top, like where the earpiece is supposed to be. There's like this little thing like this, and that makes it weird for UI elements, for iOS 11 elements. Now, the phone itself is cool. It's like a 5.9 or 6-inch device. It's huge, at a very generous retina resolution. I don't remember the specs right now, but I'll link it in the description below, or I'll overlay it on the video itself here. It's cool and everything. That all the technology is cool in it. Like it was like an A10X processor or something with next generation mobile graphics, mobile phone graphics, etc. With I think 4 gigs of RAM or something. That's the technical specifications are awesome. But the only thing that is not going to make a lot of people happy, but won't stop others, is the price tag. Now that carriers are doing away with 2-year contracts for the most part, you have to pay for the device with what's called, some carriers call it flex pay or pay as you go or whatever. You have to pay the device off a certain amount a month with your bill. Or pay it flat out. That's been going on in the last couple years as all the carriers have dropped any requirement for 2-year contracts when you get when you start an account or upgrade or whatever. Okay, so the iPhone X, 10, however you want to call it, starts at $999, and that's for a 64 gig model, I think. That's pretty good. The storage capacities go, I believe, this is off the top of my head, and I'll correct myself, I'm sure, 64, 128, and 512. Or 64, 256, and 512. Something like that. That's insane. The higher the capacity flash memory, the more you have to pay, of course. So, a 512 gig 512 gig iPhone X10, whatever, is probably like $1,200, I would imagine. And honestly, as cool as that is to have half a terabyte, right? Half a terabyte of storage available to you for all your videos and apps and pictures and whatever. Paying that much for me would be more worth putting that money towards like a MacBook Pro, even like an entry-level 13-inch Touch Bar MacBook Pro, which I loathe very much. I don't like the Touch Bar stuff. I tried it out at Best Buy and it wasn't for me. It was weird. Yeah, I'm sure I'd get used to it and everything, but yeah. So the iPhone 10, to sum this up, these are just my quick thoughts. I'm surprised that I'm not interrupted here. The iPhone 10 is a cool device, but it's way overpriced, even if it's an anniversary edition, because it's the 10th year of the iPhone's existence as of, I don't know, September sometime. And yeah, I think they need to maybe leave the naming scheme, because that's a cool naming scheme, iPhone X. But maybe wait for second generation, because as with any new product that people are early adopters for, and guinea pigs for Apple, basically, like a public hardware beta test, pretty much, there's going to be issues. Now, as for what issues there are, I don't know. But there will be issues. All phones had issues. Even the iPhone 6 generation, the generation that I'm on. Like the iPhone 6s Plus, or 6 Plus even, has the same amount of RAM, like a gigabyte or 2 gigs maybe, but they didn't give it a faster processor to help with the larger screen size on the Plus models. Apple is losing their touch. My honest opinion here, I feel Apple is going downhill slowly but surely ever since Steve Jobs passed away. I mean, if Steve were still alive and healthy enough to run the company, etc., I can bet you any virtual amount of money you want that this would not have happened the way it did. Products wouldn't have launched the way they did, or they wouldn't have launched at all. But that's a different topic for a different video on possibly a different channel. If I analyze Apple's, progress and whatever since Steve died. But yeah, the iPhone 10, X, whatever, is a cool device. But if I were you, I'd stay away from it unless you have $1,000 plus laying around and you want to upgrade your phone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and share, if I didn't say that already in that whole barrage of stuff. And I'm trying to post more to my 4 YouTube channels starting this month. As for this channel, this is more of a spontaneous thoughts on my mind kind of channel, but maybe I'll schedule something to talk about certain days or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys, where's my hand? Here. I'll see you guys, boom, in the next video.